often when we talk about perinatal OCD, quite often, and I've got no problem saying this, it's kind of dallied around like about what it is and what the thoughts are. It's almost as if we can't speak about this. And I think what's so great about you is that you talk so openly about it, and actually that, you're not a monster for having these thoughts at all. And this is something that you will work through. And the reason that you've got them is exactly why you've talked about it. And I was going to go to a question about treatment options, but before that, I wondered if it's okay, and as I say, we don't dally around things here. The point of the Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week and the Decade of Voice is that we talk about the real things that real people go through. So, what are kind of some of the examples of intrusive thoughts that people can experience?
Yeah, yeah. So the content varies greatly, and that's why in therapy we don't really focus on types of OCD
Yeah,
because the pattern is always the same, and we want to target that because even for the same person in their journey in life, the content of their intrusive thoughts might change, which can be confusing for them, surprising for them at times, but the pattern is always the same. So once they go through therapy and they understand how to manage the pattern, it doesn't really matter what the content of the thoughts will be in the future because they will be focusing on the circle we talked about in the beginning of our conversation rather than what the OCD says about that specific moment. Of course, there are different types of thoughts. There are thoughts where, moms might have fears of harming the baby intentionally, unintentionally. There might be thoughts that often come with maybe the highest, most intensive feelings of shame and embarrassment. There might be sexual intrusive thoughts to do with their baby. So again, this is something that often stops people from asking for help. And that's why it's worth mentioning it and normalizing the fact that it happens a lot and it is fairly common. So it's important for people to take that brave step and ask for help.